Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a new mod map tour of Eastern. If this is what you're looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome to Eastern. This is a map by RajotGPLAY. This is 350.93 megabytes to download for PC and Mac players only. So we'll talk about a few things here and then we'll get going on the tour. So basically my tours are, we'll talk about the map, then we'll tour around the map, and then we'll fly over the map. That's typically how they go. Obviously some will change and do different things, but that's our plan. So let's read what the mod hub has to say about this map. It says, welcome to Eastern. This is a map with mapped terrain 1-to-1 from Central Europe. The map is an amazing and unique atmosphere of small and medium-sized fields with the possibility of expansion. The map is 4x larger than the basics maps we know from FS19. The map includes full compatibility with Seasons mod, full compatibility with Maze Plus, multi-terrain, precision farming support, 11 playable farms, multiplayer ready that is, 329 fields including meadows, new crops such as clover, alfalfa, rye, triticale, cabbage, carrots, seed grass, grain grass, and pasture grass. Animated doors and lamps, new sounds on the map, new textures, crops, fields, and land. Modified traffic, gas stations at local farmers, biogas plant, sawmill, 2 grain sell points, purchase of beets, potatoes, carrots, and cabbage, purchase of straw, eggs, milk, free water and lime point, machines to start large and small forests. I hope you enjoy the map and like it. So let's go and hop in the menu real quick. So if we go down here, let's turn off autosave and turn my time down. Going across, there are contracts on the map, just one right now for all the fields that are on here. You start off $100,000 in new farmer mode, and you have lots of starting equipment in here, which we'll look at in the store in a second. Here's your sell points. So we have those ones right there. That's what we got. So if we hop out here, the map is massive. Now, some of the stuff is not playable. That area around there is not playable. It's not really part of the map. I'm assuming, so zooming in, I'm assuming looking at some of these, that says water, farm cell, chicken coop, but some are like gore. That's not one of the sell points, is it? No, it's not. So I'm wondering if that's one of the farms. I'm just kind of curious. It's kind of difficult. So there's a lot of icons on here, literally boatloads of icons on here. And well, there's lots of little farms as well. Maybe there's lots of farms along here. We'll try to kind of point everything out. I'm not sure where all the farms are at on here. There's over 300 fields. There's tons of fields. And then up here, we obviously have some more stuff going on as well, but I don't see as much going on up here. It's more, I guess this is more your expansion area. It's all right along this main chunk of land right here. So we actually might end up not even, it's hard to see where all of your equipment is at as well. We might not even drive it as much as we may just walk it, just because it's all on the same stretch, and that way we can actually see everything. So yeah, so if I was actually out here when I started, but I was really close to the people, so I didn't like that for the want to do that for the intro. Okay, so let's actually just do this. Let's teleport up over here and we'll work our way back up around. So good noises there. Good noises there. I don't know if that's how you want to describe it, but there's noise here. So we're up here at the magazine sell point. So the magazine sell point is going to take wheat, barley, oats, canola, sunflower, soy, corn, sugar beets, potatoes, and that. And triticale and rye triticale. Maybe that's spelt. It could be spelt as well. But yeah, you can see the new crop types on here. We have rye, triticale, alfalfa, clover, fieldgrass, horsegrass, pasture grass, carrots, and cabbage. And I don't have Maize Plus loaded. There'll be more crops with Maize Plus loaded. So just an FYI with that. But yeah, so you got your sell point right here. If we hop out back onto the main road, that heads out towards the edge of the map right there. This heads back towards the rest of the chaos. So if we head down this way, should have an animal dealer right around here, maybe? Maybe it's in the next, must be the next lot over. Yeah, this must be where it's at here. We should have an animal dealer right here. Animal dealer for you. So that's where you're going to buy your animals. Now if we get back out on the main road and we continue on, there's lots of traffic, lots of people walking everywhere on here. So there's lots of walking to be done on this map for people. So we just blend right in. I didn't want to feel left out by not walking. That's why I'm walking. That's not really true, but anyhow, that's what we'll stick with. Up here, if we take a right, we're going to go down to another sell point. So right here, we have another sell point right here. So we're at the, we'll go ahead and tag that to see. We're right on, literally on top of it. The Mlekazarnia. I'm going to say things wrong. I'm sorry. Let's take a look at what they're going to take here. Going back across, they are going to take milk, and that's it. So this is a milk sell point for you. Now we got back out onto the road and continue on our walking journey here. We have a little bit of space before we start hitting really tons of stuff coming up. So if we head down this way, we got a little ways to go here. Field 225 on the left here. You can see there's decent sized fields, even though, and we'll get a nice flyover view of the whole map at the very end. So don't worry. We'll get a look at everything. And actually, let's bump our time up just so we can see just a little bit better. That might help us out a little bit. Lighting's a little harsh, but not as harsh as I've seen it on some maps. So it's definitely not the worst lighting I've seen. But it would be nice to just have like such harsh lighting on some of these maps. I just feel like. So here looks like we're at the BGA biogas plant. How much is that to buy? Let's go ahead and buy that. 51,800. We'll buy that. That should show up in here now. Biogas plant. If we go across, they're going to take silage, grass, and hay. Holy smokes! Look at the price in grass and hay. Don't even ferment it. Oh my goodness! And silage, or excuse me, and manure slurry, among other Maize Plus products there for you. So hop back out of here. Continue down this way. Now here's stop sign here. Let's take a left here. This should curve us up to the rest of the map. Now there is a sell point right over. Yep, looks right and over. Oh, look at that's not it there. That can't be it. How do you get to it? You must take this road. Yeah, take this path. I'll say that's can't be that little bridge over there. So this point right here, where are we at? We're at the Prisme. Here we are. They're going to take cabbage as well as carrots. Probably root crop sell point makes sense with what we see. Sugar beets, potatoes. So yeah, just kind of your basic root crops. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's a cool little thing there. Don't know what any of it says, but it's cool. If we can actually, this goes down into, is this to a farm out here? This might be, because there's a fuel point right out here. I think it's got to be on this farm here. This must be one of the optional farms. I mean, kind of, there's not. You might have to own the land to open stuff, I suppose. But yeah, there's a fuel point right there. We hop back down here. Now this right here is actually a sell point. This goes out to the main road right out this way. So this sell point right here, ooh, geez, is the RajotGPLAY eggs. There we go. They are going to take eggs. Holy smokes! Look at the price of those eggs. 5,800 bucks per 1,000 liters. That is all right. You will do just fine with the chickens. Holy smokes! That means a box of eggs is like 600 bucks. That's madness. And this is probably like the barn equivalent sell point right here, the stritch. Let's take a look at what they're going to take. As predicted, silage, grass, hay, and straw, much lower price than the BGA. Definitely worth buying the BGA among other products on there. So that's what this sell point is here. If we get back out, we're starting to get into the weeds, so to speak. Up here we should have, there's so much stuff that I hate when it's all compact into one. What? This isn't a bunker silo, is it? Intentional? Gotta be intentional. To get water? It's a strange thing I've never seen on a map before. Up here, what do we... I hate when it does that as well. Yeah, it is a water point. Okay. Let's tag the horses on the other side, because that's where we're going to head next. So that's when you start doing is tagging where we're going next. So if you go across the way here, fenced gate there, gate here, this is where we have a horse pasture. So please open up. A horse pasture here. So this can hold 16 horses for you. So nice and nifty little setup there. So this is probably one of the farms. Looks like there's a shed that opens here. These guys are going to open up as well, I bet. Yep. So yeah, nice little farm here. So you probably could buy this one. I'm assuming if we zoom. Oh, nice. It comes with that whole chunk of land up through there. That's 406,000. Holy smokerinos, folks. That is a lot for that. The next farm over, that must be a farm right there. That has a farm silo and a cow pasture. So we will go ahead. Oh, we're starting to get to some of our stuff. So let's look in the store what we start off as far as equipment goes. Start with a Massey Ferguson 5610, Fabric 511C, Valtra A104, and a Fiat 1300 DT, so you're not short on tractors. New Holland TX32, a Bison Super Z056, as well as an HW80 trailer and a SEK 802 trailer. Then we have a header for the Bison and for the New Holland. We have a small plow, small cultivator, small seeder, not a direct drill. Then we have a fertilizer and herbicide sprayer, manure spreader, mower, baler, and farmhouse. So that's kind of cool. Let's actually take a look at that real quick. So we have farmhouse boots, which we can place around. Let's see if there's any other modded placeables that they were added in here. It's not looking promising. Nope, just that in there. So there we go. That's one thing, actually. You know what? Just on a side note, the next game and base game, I hope they have more shed options. Like, that's just not very many sheds. But anyhow, I digress. If we go across and over this way, we have some of our equipment parked here. Woo! And then we have a farm silo right here as well. So, place to store your crops right in here. Now, if we go across, assuming just across the street here, let's tag the cow. Oh, right over here. Cows are right here? That doesn't seem right. Oh, maybe it is. I'll be darned. There's a little cow pen there. So this must be kind of like a... If I can find the trigger for it. That's going to be the trick, actually. Where you put your cows into their little strange pasture. I cannot find... trigger. I like that field texture, though, I will say that. I can't find a trigger for that, folks, but... It wasn't anywhere near. Looking up there, I don't see any trigger for him. I'm assuming it's there and I just can't find it. Weird. Anyhow, so we look back at the map, looked at those two things there. So we got a chicken coop and another farm silo coming up. So we'll go ahead and tag the chicken coop. So as we head up here, this would be kind of interesting on multiplayer because you'd be all like really compact into like areas right next to each other. It'd be kind of interesting for that. But here we go. Chicken coop right here. Let's see if I can find the... There we go. There are 160 chickens that can go into there. I believe you have a farm silo. Is it just in here? Yeah, right here you got a farm silo. So more storage space. And if we continue up the map here, we got another farm set up. Ooh, one more over. Right in here. This looks like a nice little nifty little garage setup here. So... on this one, we have another chicken coop right here. We can find where chickens. I'm assuming it's be 160 again, but let's just try to double check. There we go, 140 for that one. So that one is a little bit different, and you have a farm silo right here as well. So another farmyard there for you. Now, if we continue on up the path here, we'll be able to find some more stuff. So up on the left, it looks like we got a fuel pump coming up in maybe this farm. Is that a gate? It looks like a gate. I'll be darned if it isn't. But fuel point right here. See anything else under that? And we have has a water supply source tagged over here, which is... I wonder if it's even technically part of someone's farm. Let's do these trees over here. Oh, this is nifty. I like this little area. So yeah, you come down through here, you can get water from there. Nifty. I like that. That's pretty cool. I like that good little detail on the map here. And this looks like kind of the main starting farm, which I believe it is, if that's what we own. No, not quite. We're not quite to where we own stuff, but we do have, looks like a plow at least parked in here. Interesting. And again, you have all these farmhouses, and you can put your shoes wherever you're going to be at, so it's no big deal. But yeah, there's lots of cool farmyards on here, actually. This is kind of cool. Up over here, we do have the shop, and we also have ATM right there as well. So that's what's just right over here. Interesting little pavilion there. Now, if we continue over to here, on this farm, we should have another chicken coop. Yep. Chickens on most, which makes sense. 70 chickens at this one, though. Is this the main farm? No, not quite there yet. We're still finding random pieces of equipment scattered about, which would drive me over the edge if that was all my equipment scattered around. And up here, I believe we have a lime point. If I'm not mistaken, we're at a lime point here. Maybe... that's got to be the wine point. The lime point. That's got to be the lime point. But make sure there's nothing down here. We'll see the rest of the map in the flyover. But yeah, that's got to be the lime point up here. It looks suspiciously lime-esque. Now, if we head up this way, take a left here. We got a couple of, we got some equipment stored here. This is where our farm, yeah, those are our shoes right there. So right here we got cow pasture. Let's tag that. I'm assuming the other one's probably a farm silo. Small one here. Now that is true. I could have maybe not found that cow trigger on the other one because I didn't purchase the land, but all the other land I don't own, and I've had no issues finding the triggers. But all right, you can. I love you can open all the gates, even to just the ones that aren't necessarily intended to be farms. So pretty cool. So as we head up, we're working our way through. We have made it a lot of the way through a lot of the stuff that we got going on. So yeah, we have, but there's so much stuff on this map. There's so much stuff on this map. It's designed to be a nice big multiplayer map. So it is tricky to find out where stuff is. This appears to be the farm. Oh, I like this little setup. Look at that. That's nifty. They have a nice little outdoor breakfast there. I like that. Just enjoying themselves. Right here we have farm silo. We should have a couple of pig enclosures. Where are these guys at? Oh, right next door. Pigs are right there. Is this one pigs as well? This looks like chickens here. It's probably a chicken coop here. If I can find a chicken coop icon, I can't seem to find it. But if we hop over here, then we have more pigs over here. Well, I wanted to open the door, but are you kidding me? That's really frustrating. There we go. Assuming that opens, I just couldn't get it from the other side. There we go. Silo. Another area for pigs over here, correct? I can't seem to find it. Anywho, we'll continue on. Let's see. So up here we should have, we look into this farm here. If we do, we should have pigs and chickens and a farm silo. So pigs, chickens, and a farm silo. There's pigs. Field out here. There's the farm silo. Okay. Now, and chickens. Right up over here. Can I find the entrance for these guys? Nope, of course not. Well, the trigger's probably got to be maybe up here. There we go. 80 chickens there. All right, let's head up this way. We're almost done, folks, and then we'll do a flyover, which will help make everything a little bit more make of the sense. Up here, we should have a sell point. Yeah, right up here. Sell point here looks like kind of a spinnery cell. Yep, spinnery sell point. So the spinnery is going to take wool and there's cotton on here. Cotton, canola. I don't see cotton anywhere on the list. Normally I would test it out, but I can't spawn a cotton bale. I can spawn a wool pallet, but cotton's a little bit more difficult. Interesting. Now we head up this way. We have a couple of sell points up here near field 108 and 109 and 110. Yeah, so right here looks like the sawmill style sell points are up here. We have the tartac. Is not on the list. That's probably the sawmill. And then the Rossini. Rossini is going to take wood chips, which makes sense. So we probably have the sawmill wood chip sell point up here. Nice detail on the sawmill as well. Actually, I quite like that. And wood chips right over here. So there you go. Sawmill sell point. So if you wanted to do forestry, you easily could. There is a sell point designed for that. And then straight across the way over here, there should be another fuel point on this farm over here. Not like there's not really like a standard fuel point, but there's one right here. But there are some here and there on various farms and chunks of land. But yeah, this isn't where we started either. No, this isn't. We started next to the shop. Okay. Continuing up, we have one more sell point to look at, and then we will do a flyover right before we wrap up this tour. So, right up this way, final sell point. Right here for us, we are at the Elo Water Wyosaki. This one, gonna take those two crop types there. It's like, I can't remember what that one is off the top of my head. Even between the maize plus tutorial, corn, soy, sunflower, canola, oats, barley, wheat. So your basic crop types. Am I on normal? Okay, let's do a flyover, guys. This will kind of help hopefully clear up any questions you have about the map. So again, it's all packed along this nice, that looks beautiful actually. Quite honestly, with all the different crop types out. So if we work our way around the edges here real quick, just to kind of show that off, there's tons of space, by the way. These fields, though they are thin, they are huge fields. I hate that it's not rendering in my screen when I want it to. I need to readjust my render. These ones are also available, so it kind of cuts out here. Those ones are not. Those ones are off the map. But out here to these ones are inside the map still. And so are these ones up here. There is some little tree areas here, so there are some areas where you could potentially do some forestry if you'd like to. Going through here, these are all part of the map here. And this kind of works our way out towards kind of the second edge down here, and there's trees around the edge. Now if we work our way down here, we can work across. So what we're basically doing was we ended down here, so we flew up this way, over and up around here. So we're just kind of trying to trace some of the map, and then we'll fly out this way and then head back in around here, and then we'll go down here, head up, and then hopefully we can fly over a lot of the stuff that we missed before. So flyover will be a significant portion here, but let's go ahead and head this way. This is going to take us out around here. This is again the final edge. There's a couple fields here before you get to the ones that you're not supposed to do anything with. Yeah, there's a barrier there. It's kind of frustrating because it looks like you should be able to do stuff with them. If I'm being completely honest. I feel like they should have just made the map big enough and had those as fields. Now if you head up over here, we're up in that little odd corner of the map. So we got a nice little water area up here. It'd be kind of fun actually maybe to build a farm up in the corner. I don't know. I always like to just build my own farms in random spots. This is one of the things I enjoy doing. Now if we head down this way, this will take us back down to the other half of the map. Fly over and around this way. So there's so much space on this map. Oop, did I hit a barrier? I did. A little bit of a edge of the map barrier there. I'm guiding right along the edges here. If I head around this way, you can see kind of a little fake town off in the distance there. It's not actually part of the map. I'm right on the edge of the map flying over it. So here's kind of where all those cell points start to come into play. We're right on the edge of the map. The right side, those fields are still not in play. I just hit collision there. So none of those fields are available to you. And in this way, you got a little bit of a nice little landscape feature here. It's kind of cool to see that actually from this perspective. That kind of looks pretty cool that these are kind of up more on a hill. I like that. So you got kind of a little bit of a hill kind of set up here. And then down there you can see there's more fields throughout the map there. So that's us kind of just looking over this area out in the distance. You can see a couple more buildings are out this way. So you probably could actually use this as a farm if you wanted to as well out here. If you really wanted a little bit more space, get away from people a little bit more. Let's fly back and let's go over all the different stuff that let's just kind of fly over everything we had going on here just a second ago. Yeah, so here's the main town portion, obviously. So we're gonna fly over some of this to kind of show off some of the sell points. There's that one sell point there for all the root crops. So if we kind of fly along here, you can see there's farms on each side. I'm not going to go any faster than this. I probably even maybe should slow down a little bit, but just to give you guys some perspective to kind of how it's all laid out. That's kind of the purpose of this. You can see lots of sell points and different stuff scattered about. All the farm setups. The main farm is coming up here on the left. You can see like there ran a mower in that guy's yard there, but here is kind of the main farmyard. As far as I can tell, is right here is this one. Appears to be at least. But yeah, that kind of goes out through those. I like that little design there. Yeah, coming along here, heading out further, and then until we get to these final sell points out at this end, and that stuff off in the distance is off the map. So we get to the final sell points, and that's where we started doing the flyover. But that is everything, folks. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel. Turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching.